Okay, so welcome to our Friday class today. We're a little late getting started, but we're getting started. So today's topic, I've been excited about this class because I've been actually kind of prepping for it for the last few weeks. We're talking about the winter coming, and where I live, it's already here. We had massive snowstorms and windstorms and all of that over the last couple of weeks, and it feels like February, not November or October. It's been cold and icy. Anyway, so it's already here. So what we're talking about today is the emotions that you feel in the winter time and dealing with emotions. So when we were talking about this subject and wanting to do a class on this, I volunteered because this is something that is very real for me. Very real. I used to spend all fall dreading winter coming because I knew that once winter came, it's going to be hard, and I was going to have to just push through. And I used to always say, I love summer. Spring is a breath of fresh air. I spend fall dreading winter, and then I endure the winter. That's kind of how my life used to be before I started using oils. So what I wanted to do today is just kind of share with you some of the things that I do to help get through the winter, and then open it up and hear from all the rest of you on what are some things that you do. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is I have been using the new Adaptive blend that just came out last month. Well, I guess it was September, so not last month anymore because now it's November. And I love it. I think I finally found my happy oil. I'm serious. It's been really, really good. What I do is I just put it on my arms. I roll it on the insides of my arms right here and just rub them together, and then on my chest. And I've been doing that probably 2 or 3 times a day for the last week and a half or 2 weeks. And what I've noticed is my mind is clearer than it was. I didn't realize how much of a fog I was in until the fog lifted. I've been able to focus on things better. I've been able to look at all of the projects that I have around my house that have been so overwhelming and feeling like I can't get any of it done, and be able to look at them and go, oh, I can handle that. I can handle that, and have a plan and figure out how to handle the projects or handle whatever it is that I'm trying to deal with. And the only thing I've changed is I started using Adaptive 2 or 3 times a day. Now, I haven't tried the complex yet, and I haven't diffused it yet. All I have done is been using it topically 2 to 3 times a day. I have it sitting on my nightstand, and as throughout the day, I'll walk past there and see it and go, oh, I'm going to put some of that on. But when I first started using it about 2 weeks ago, I was keeping it in my pocket, and I would just put it on a couple of times a day. And the first time I used it, the first thing I noticed is that day I was going to bed at night, and I have some different projects I've been trying to get started and feeling really overwhelmed with them. And as I laid down in bed and I started to relax, my mind felt like it just opened up, and I could see how to proceed, what the next steps were going to be, and how I was going to be able to get moving forward on the things that I'm wanting to get done. And so I said that, like I said, that was the first day that I used the Adaptive blend. And then I've been using it every day for the last couple of weeks, and it's been amazing. Another thing that I do, so the Adaptive blend has been huge for me. Any of you guys used it yet, or what do you think about it? What have your experiences been?
I'll jump in here too. So we ordered those after hearing, I think Callie talked about them. And so I have my husband taking the soft gels, also because we're going into winter, but I cannot believe you guys have snow already. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, and in Colorado too, and you're in Utah, aren't you, Jana? Oh, and you have snow? Okay, well, I'm really dreading winter this year. I don't know, I've never dreaded winter, but this last year was rough. It was very dark and rainy, and so far it's just dark. We don't have any snow yet. but he's been taking the adaptive soft gels, and he said he feels a lot better. Just talking to him, I know he can, like, he doesn't get so overwhelmed as quickly. And he can, like, you know, kind of stay in conversations that he would normally kind of just shut down in. So that's what I've noticed on my side with him. And he said he feels a lot better. So I haven't tried it personally myself, but he's having a lot of success with those.
That's awesome. I haven't tried the soft gels yet. I wanted to just try the oil and then add the soft gels and see if I saw any difference. But that's the next thing I'm going to do is get the soft gels and add those. So
no, go ahead. Well, I was just going to ask those that you went to convention, could you share a little bit about what they said about it at convention? Because I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, well, there was a lot. They talked a lot about. They did. You guys just can help me out too, because I'm not always the best at details, and so going back on memory from a couple of months ago now, almost. They introduced it with showing a video of a video with they gave it to some people to try, and then they all shared the experiences that they had. And everybody was talking about just being able to deal with life better, just not feeling so anxious, not just having some of those overwhelming, depressing feelings just lifting and feeling so much better, being able to deal with life and do the things that they're wanting to do better. And I think they had, didn't they do some actual scientific testing, Jamie and Haley, if you remember any of those results and stuff? I just know that there were obvious results for the better with it.
I watched that on the live stream, and I don't remember the exact results, but I do remember that there was good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going through my slides to see, sorry. But I know that they did talk a lot about it being really great for anxiety. They said that it's going to be the pill that's going to take everyone off of their anti-anxiety and antidepressant pills.
Yeah, it's the mental wellness complex, the system, I guess, because that's why they have it they have it all three ways you can take it. You can get it internally, you can use it to diffuse and use aromatically, and you can have it in the roller to easily put it on topically. They want it to be used all three ways. And they talked over a lot of the people in there speaking were, referencing it. Like I've been doing this for how many years, but I still get nervous. I put my adaptive on. I got my adaptive on before coming out here. Everybody kind of would make those kind of comments. But yeah, so it felt, and it seems so far from what I'm hearing from people, that it really is amazing for all types of mental wellness, mental health, no matter what it is. Like, this is the go-to. And so I have a couple of experiences. Well, first my own. So yesterday was Halloween, right? And my kids all, we all went trick-or-treating, and we came back, and I didn't think about it, but some of my younger kids had gone downstairs, and I didn't realize they had taken their candy with them, and as well as one neighbor was handing out glass soda cans, like soda pop in glass bottles. Didn't realize they had taken them downstairs. They had Orange Crush. And after we had gotten everybody in bed, my oldest went downstairs, and he was like, Mom, you might want to come down here. And I went downstairs. I'm like, what am I going to find? And they had spilled orange soda on the carpet, and there was candy wrappers everywhere. There was just chocolate laying on the carpet, not, unwrapped chocolate. Somebody had gotten a blue Fun Dip. Oh, those are so fun. They're my favorite. And there was blue powder all over the carpet. And then they had they tried to clean it up themselves. They grabbed a very white towel to clean up the orange soda pop. And I walked down there and I saw all that and I went, oh my goodness. And normally I probably would have like blown my top off and just started yelling and been so upset and frustrated. And I didn't even realize, but I didn't. Like I just like kind of like, well, I'm not surprised. Kind of like kids are kids. They do this, and just started cleaning up. I went and grabbed my On Guard cleaner concentrate spray bottle and started spraying the soda pop and just cleaned it up. And I really didn't get like over the top mad and screaming. And I didn't even think about it until I was telling my mom about this. And I'm like, I get that mad. I'm like, it's probably because I've been using the Adaptive because I've been just rolling it on, a few times, and I'd put it on a couple times yesterday. I've just kind of been putting it on almost every day, but not even every day. And I didn't even realize my reaction was so much more in control until I was telling my mom about the experience. So that was a good one for me because that I could have really easily really lost there. But instead I got it all cleaned up and I was able to get it all cleaned up and now it looks fine. It's like it never happened. And instead all I did was, well, I guess I'm just going to take your candy and you're done with it. Like no more candy for you. And that was all it was. And so it was a lot better. And then I also made a sample blend of it for a friend of mine for her son who his anxiety has been really, really high, and he's had just anger control issues or just anger issues going on. And she texted me this morning and was like, and I did add a few other oils in with it. I put like copaiba and bergamot and cedarwood and frankincense in with the Adaptive, made a blend of it for her son because I just felt like he needed those too. And she texted me and asked what oils I put in it. She's like, I'm going to get all those oils because it really seems to be helping him. Like it's really helping keep his anger in control. Like he hasn't been as angry. And so it's working. I've only heard good things. I haven't heard anybody not have an experience with it.
I want to get the oil that I can diffuse so that I can do that in my house too for my kids, because me using it, like you, Jana, normally, so Halloween brings things out in me that aren't the greatest. I normally have a big meltdown every Halloween because I, number one, don't like the holiday because of it's celebrating everything that's spooky and creepy, and I don't like candy and my kids getting all sugared up. I don't like spending money on costumes that are just a waste of money or time making costumes and having to go buy stuff and make the costumes. Anyway, the whole thing. I usually have a meltdown over Halloween where I just lose it. And this year I didn't. I did not have my Halloween meltdown this year. We made our costumes. We did our Halloween party with our homeschool co-op. And I actually, when I went to the party yesterday at our co-op, a lot of the other moms were dressed up and I wasn't. It's not my thing. I don't generally dress up for stuff. Anyway, but they were joking and teasing, saying, well, what's your costume? And I finally looked at them and I said, I'm the homeschool mom that's not frazzled. And I really was not frazzled for and it was co-op day, and normally co-op days are very busy and crazy, and it was Halloween party and there's kids running around everywhere, and I was calm and I wasn't feeling overwhelmed and I wasn't all frazzled and crazy, which is huge. Seriously, I can't even express how huge that is, that this is the first year that I've not had a Halloween meltdown. And it's because I think it's because I've been using the Adaptive every day. Anyway, anybody else?
Well, I've been using the Adaptive too. I've been taking the capsules and using the roller as needed, but just taking the capsules in the morning. But I also wanted to say that there is a private Facebook group, and it's just on the Adaptive products only. So you guys can get into that, and it's actually really cool. A lot of testimonials and things like that, just on Adaptive only.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's the name of the face? Is it Adaptive Only? Is that the name of the group or?
Let me look really quick. Sorry, I should have
I
looked
just
it up.
got here with the whale. Sorry.
It's called Adaptive Testimonials and Discussion Group.
Awesome. I'm going to join that. I want to learn so much more about this because this is huge.
I know, I'm loving it. So.
I am loving it. My husband uses Melissa, and that's his happy oil, and he uses it every day, and he just puts it on his nose right here, and that's, as he starts to get low on it, he will remind me, because he doesn't want to try and function in life without it, I guess. Because it helps so much, and I have yet to find an oil that really helped me that much, and Adaptive does. So anyway, if there's nothing else that you want to say on Adaptive, I did have a few other oils that I wanted to just kind of highlight that are ones that I use for the wintertime blues. And then if there's any others that you guys want to put on there that, or add to that, that would be good. So one of my favorites is Citrus Bliss, and mine's almost gone, but there's my Citrus Bliss. I first discovered how good Citrus Bliss was when I first enrolled in doTERRA. It was in the first kit that I got, and at that time in my life, I had, my third son was about 18 months old. I wasn't pregnant yet with my fourth one.
Your bread's ready.
And will you punch it down for me, please? Anyway, my third son was a little over a year old, and so then I had two toddlers at home. And with every one of my kids after my babies were born, I really, really struggled emotionally until they were about 2 or 3 years old. At least my first two. My third one, I was in the middle of that when I got my first doTERRA kit. And I started diffusing Citrus Bliss. And I would just, first thing I did every single morning when I got up, I had a little diffuser sat by my kitchen sink, and I would put Citrus Bliss in there every morning and clean the kitchen, because I was not good about getting my kitchen clean before I went to bed at night. So I would clean the kitchen while I diffused Citrus Bliss. And back at that time, the longest diffusers would run was an hour. And so it would diffuse for an hour, and then it would shut off, and I would refill it again and run it for another hour or so. But I noticed that using the Citrus Bliss, I was feeling a lot better, and I recovered. It didn't take the full 2 to 3 years to get feeling like I could function life again. After that, it was really seriously a couple of weeks of diffusing Citrus Bliss, and I felt good. I felt like my whole emotional issues from having my baby was done. And then when I had my second baby, or my fourth baby, and I started having trouble again, I still used Citrus Bliss, but I also was using Whisper, and that helped a ton. I would just put Whisper on every day, like I was talking about the Adaptive, and that helped a ton. So my favorite oils for just pick me up and feel better are generally, Whisper is a good one. Adaptive I've been loving, but seriously, the citrus oils have really been the ones that I've probably used the most. Citrus Bliss, wild orange, lemon, bergamot, those, lime, and sometimes I'll mix it with peppermint, and those ones really, really help me when I'm just feeling low and feeling sad. How about you guys?
Can I share about that, Citrus
Sure.
Bliss?
Go ahead.
Well, that was my very first doTERRA oil that I ever got. And I was pretty new to oils, but I would just put it on my feet every day because I didn't know what else to do. And after about a week of doing that, I started noticing that I just felt more love for my kids, you know, because I think I had probably had my sixth, and so they were all still really little, and it was really crazy. And I just remember having random thoughts in my head like, wow, I sure love my kids, you know, just kind of randomly, even when it was crazy. So I love that oil.
I love that oil too. I still, that's what's in my diffuser right now is Citrus Bliss.
I actually have it in right now too. And I mixed it with Holiday Joy, just kind of for fun.
I did that the other day. I mixed Citrus Bliss and Holiday Joy, and I really liked it. It smelled so good.
Yep.
And then my son started giving me a hard time about diffusing Christmas stuff.
Nobody's home at my house right now, so.
There's always somebody home at my house. Anybody else have a favorite just happy oil, something that you use that makes you feel happy?
Oh, go ahead, Megan.
Oh, you're fine. You go first.
I was just going to say, I absolutely love the citrus oils as well for happy. And I just like to mix them all in the diffuser. Like I just, whatever citrus together, I just like mixing them all because they all blend and smell really good together and yummy. And then I'll add like 1 drop of Elevation with it too. Elevation is a fun one too with that. And then I also wanted to share, like for me with wintertime, I just feel a lack of more lack of energy or desire to do what I usually do. Like I'm very much a goer and a doer. I don't feel like I'm one who necessarily gets depressed in the wintertime, other than just that I'm like, I don't feel like doing as much. I guess that's probably some depression actually. But on Monday on the product share call, somebody shared about how it's important during this time of year to use the Mito 2 Max. And because of our adrenals are so overworked because of all of the sicknesses going around and all of that type of stuff, that taking Mito 2 Max, giving you that extra energy because we just don't feel like doing stuff like we usually do. For me, that's how I am. And, but also just to help to give that support to our adrenals so that we're not feeling that adrenal fatigue, and which adds to the tiredness and not wanting to do things because our adrenals are working so hard to fight off all of the sicknesses that are going on. And so I thought that was a really neat share, and I am going to start doing that. I'm going to start taking Mito 2 Max more this winter and see if that helps with my energy level and just that desire, and help also to keep my body healthy. I thought that was really interesting.
I think that's awesome. I like that. I had never thought of the Mito 2 Max. But that is true. In the wintertime, I don't have as much energy. Well, and I was also thinking about the other struggle I have in the wintertime is I just get so doggone cold, and I don't like being cold. And so I was just wondering, I don't know, maybe I'll try it and then report back to you guys, but I was wondering if it would help to diffuse the spice oils, those warm clove, cinnamon, cardamom, those warm oils, see if that would help, maybe just help me feel not so cold. I'll try it, let you know what I think.
I know that people do like oregano, obviously with coconut oil on the bottoms of their feet, or, the spicy ones on the bottom of their feet and help warm them up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just make sure you use coconut oil.
Yeah. Yeah, I just get so cold, and I do too. And it takes forever for me to warm back up.
Yeah, every time I'm like, why do I live here? I always go, why am I not in the Bahamas?
I live here because I love spring, summer, and fall. That's why I live here. Anyway, any other of your oils that you use in the wintertime that just help you feel good, feel energized, focused?
I'm definitely trying to. You go.
One that I love and I put on today is Passion. That's one that always energizes me. And then because of the cinnamon in it, it can also pass for holiday type smells. One of my friends, she got it, loved it, and she diffused it. I think she got it after Christmas this past year or last year sometime. But she told me that she could just, because she had all her Christmas decorations that needed to get taken down and just was feeling really tired, and she started diffusing Passion, and she just got in the groove and cleaned up everything, put all her decorations away, and it just really helped energize her and get through that.
That's good to know. That's really good. Your turn, Megan. You're muted.
That's because I have a toddler here who is upset his show is over. But I'm definitely gonna try it if you can hear me over the whining. The mixing the citrus oils with elevation. I've been doing Harvest Spice nonstop just because I want my whole house to smell like that. Like when somebody walks in, I want that to be what they smell. But I'm gonna definitely try the citrus with elevation. That makes me a little nervous about this winter.
I'm going to try that too, because elevation is not one of my favorites, I'll be honest, because it's really strong by itself. But with Citrus Bliss or with some of the other citrus oils, it probably was maybe tone it down a bit.
I'm the same way. I don't like it by itself, but just add 1 drop of it and it's enough with all the citrus stuff.
That's really cool. I like that. Anything else? I don't have any others that I wanted to spotlight. I did just remember another one that I do like, and this is funny. I do like to diffuse and helps is Slim and Sassy. That one, when I diffuse it, I really like to diffuse that. I don't know, it's the mixture of the spice and the citrus. It's got citrus spice and it's got also mints in it, if I remember. Yeah, ginger, peppermint, cinnamon, lemon, grapefruit. That mixture, for some reason, just is really nice, and I do like to diffuse Slim and Sassy sometimes, and that smells really good, and it is really uplifting. And it's when you don't think about diffusing. So, anything else you guys feel like you would like to share about oils you use in the wintertime to feel happy and feel good?
I love the joy too. Just they joy. Together. It's really yummy, and I just really love the smells of Christmas time and fall time. Oh, it's just super easy because it's already blended and it smells yummy and it's warming, and yeah, I like that one a lot. Just had to throw that in since it is on. It's now available today, so
Yes.
I like the holiday joy and then blended beer. And I do that a lot at Christmas time. And I was diffusing that, it's probably been a couple years ago at Christmas, and we had people over for dinner, and my diffuser was near the table, and this kid was just smelling it, and he's like, is this supposed to make me feel happy? Because it's making me feel happy just by smelling it. So he noticed it.
That's really cool. That is really cool. I like that. No, oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, what I was going to say is, for anybody who's watching this video that's not here right now, I did want to remind that the holiday products are launching today. So you can get on and get all those wonderful things.
I hopped on this morning. They're still in stock of everything. I got the dryer balls. 3 years I've been trying to get the dryer balls. I got them today.
Yay! I have not been on yet, I'll be honest. I'm a little nervous that it's all going to be gone. Anyway, if there's nothing else you guys want to share, thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, and I will get this video uploaded today so that we can share it with others. Thank you. And we'll see you guys next week. What's the topic next week? Do we know?
next week is Jamie. We're doing gratitude.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, then we will see you all next week.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Okay. Bye.